Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we grow up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Wake up, America!
Woody Allen in the house.
America.
Woody Allen.
America's so woken up after that Supreme Court ruling yesterday. They done woke up.
It's amazing. You know, if
morning.
If it was me, the Puerto Rican would be serving 150 million years. They would have put me in a jail so far down in the earth that you wouldn't even need a key.
They would have threw you in a volcano.
Oh my God. They would have hung me over a volcano.
Oh, Joe in the volcano? Was he like throwing a volcano or something?
Yeah.
They'd throw you in a jail in a volcano.
I mean, how screwed up is things? And I know that you don't want to be the one justice that says you can't. I get it. But the way they came up with this it's just crazy.
I know. It really makes you question everything about everything. Anyway, happy Tuesday, everyone.
Yeah, we don't need
to kick off our 4th of July week is all I can tell you.
That's right. Good morning. The Mets won yesterday, but the seat of their pants, that's all I care about.
It's still a season? I thought it was like playoffs or something coming up.
It's not even halfway through.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How come I don't hear much about baseball anymore?
Because the Mets stink.
Facts.
Yeah.
I have not heard much about anything. I guess that's why.
But they're making a comeback because they don't want to get traded. They have something called the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So if you stink, they ship you out. So all these players they have. So now they got together. They had a team meeting, and they won like 17 out of 14 games or 13 games. Or something.
So hockey's done for the season.
Yes.
Basketball done for the season?
Yes.
Yes.
Football's done for the season.
No,
football's coming back in like 2 months.
But right now we're in that limbo
yeah.
state.
It's
so
just
the only
baseball.
so the only thing on TV
and
is
soccer.
baseball.
And soccer. Let's be
Yeah,
fair.
everyone's
Soccer.
the
so excited
Olympics are
for
coming.
baseball.
No what?
The Olympics, they picked the women and men's
right.
gymnastics. I saw that.
We should do
Track
well.
and field.
We should do
When
well.
is that happening?
Usually around summertime when school.
I thought it was
I think in like 10
Yeah,
days.
Yeah, 10 days.
Something like that.
Wow.
In Paris.
Yeah.
Be pretty nice. You know our local NBC station is going to the Olympics? That's pretty cool.
Did I ever tell you I flew to Switzerland with NBC on the plane?
No.
See, they don't send.
Oh, you flew with NBC?
on
They
the
were
plane.
next to you on the
No,
plane?
they were in the back. They took off
They
the whole
happened to
plane.
be on the same plane you were on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that happened
Yeah,
to
we
be on the
flew with
plane.
them.
I was on that plane.
Never in VIP.
And the amazing thing is that they all had the NBC jackets and stuff. And I went to them and says, yo. And they said, who are you? I said, I'm a kid from the Bronx. I'd like to have one in jacket. So they just let me hang out with them. They were funny. It was a crew. Cameras, all the wire guys.
Imagine getting all that on an airplane. You think you take everything with you, or do you rent it when you get there?
You actually have them in cases, and they go
You
into
ship
the
it all.
They UPS everything over, and then you take a flight.
You know what? Can you imagine what that the cost of it? But I guess the
Millions.
advertising revenue comes through on it also.
Millions and millions of dollars. But when I got to do, talking about debates, I got to be there for the Democratic inauguration for Obama, and Barbara Walters was there. all that whole crew is there. And Barbara Walters on forget. I says, "Hi, Barbara," and she says, "I'm sorry, you are?" I go, "I'm Freddie from the Bronx." She says, "And what is Freddie from the Bronx doing?" I says, "I'm filming because I have my camera on a tripod sending it out to New York to Gio in Florida." "And what are you doing?" "I am on Radio Row with a camera." She says, "That doesn't make any sense." I go, "I know, this is the future." And she sat down with me for 3 minutes and says, "Wait a minute, explain this to me." And I told her what we were doing. She says, "This doesn't make any sense to me. Does it work?" I said, "Yeah." She says, "Congratulations." That was my 3 minutes of fame with
That's why I
Barbara
love talking. I love talking to Gio because he's like Matthew. He's just calm. It's just like, no problem. We're gonna do this like this. I would like to say I used to be like that. I was never calm, but I used to work my way through situations a lot easier. It's like Matthew. Okay, we'll do it.
That's
Calm.
you. This is, and Dawn is,
Not calm.
my God, yesterday you were.
You heard what?
I've never seen it. I never. In all the years I've known, never seen you get like that.
That's what Gio
What
said.
happened? Was after I
Look,
left?
Look, nobody even knew what happened except you.
Oh,
So
that
couldn't
No,
be that
everybody,
bad.
everybody was here. Everybody, you were here.
You were all here. I did it quietly though.
Wow.
I got a little upset over something.
Well, you got a lot of upset, but you were right. It was justified. But I don't react that way because that's what they're looking for.
See, but when men react to a situation, at least Freddie, he just says those two initials right to the person's face. I don't do that. And when men do it, like if you get upset, do you ever get upset with anyone? I guess before I should ask that question.
Yeah.
You had to think about
Everyone gets upset.
Now, how do you
it. How do you
react?
handle it if you
Yeah.
get upset about something?
You stomp your foot. You throw
I
your
do
shoe
that
at them.
too.
What do you do? You yell superlatives at them.
I don't know. It depends on the situation. I don't have like a go-to response.
Do you ever yell?
No.
I can see you put your head down and do a lot of head
I
shaking.
mean, yeah. I shake. I SMH a lot.
Well, in my
Kids
case,
say.
because I come from a family of very angry, blunt, brutally honest people.
So you're blunt.
Yes. My mother's so blunt, it's like a brick to the back of the head.
Wow.
You remind me of a guy that gives you that backhanded compliment. Like you'll say something to sort of cut them down, but you'll say it a certain way.
Right. Like, when people are running around not knowing what they're doing, I call them chicken heads.
No, I got another word, but that's cool.
So, like, like the headless chickens that run around.
But you're always happy. You're always smiling.
I am, but the flip side of that being on the spectrum, every emotion you feel is like 10 times the normal level.
Well, I'd rather see the happy on 10 times the normal level. It
Maybe
means you're
you-
really happy, then that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
that was 10 times the normal level. You were on the spectrum for a minute.
I think I might be.
I think
I
so.
think I'm like undiagnosed ADHD
I think
or
you're very
something.
diagnosed.
Well, yeah, I have ADHD, so I try.
That
that's
wasn't
why-
a thing when I was growing up, but I think there's a lot of people that were undiagnosed.
Well, you
and
could
what
be,
it is.
you could be like him.
Chill.
Yeah, Mr.
He's chill. I never
He
know what
looks at
Nathan's
you.
thinking.
He
Yeah,
just
he's
looks at
super
you
chill.
and just stares. And then the first words out of his mouth, you don't want to go there. It's
Right.
like Clint Eastwood.
It's like, what's he thinking about is what it is.
He's
So
like
it's-
Dr. Scary.
As my mother would say, Mike's either very happy, very sad, or very angry. And when in doubt, he reverts to one of those three.
I guess like everybody else. I know. I just,
If you take the road of stupid, then you're going to get treated stupid. That's what my father used to tell me. He says there's two roads. There's stupid and then there's normal. And if you take the road of stupid, then you get what you get.
Right.
So which road did you take?
In this conversation, I'm about to go stupid on you. It even has a theme song.
right? Yesterday we didn't have an open chair here. Today we're kind of just hanging, but it's good. You know what that means?
More
Everyone's
chairs?
getting ready for the holiday. They're sick, they're out, they're traveling. I can't even keep up with all the requests everyone gave me yesterday and today.
Do you know that I had made an appointment to do an illustration book at 4 o'clock and I forgot all about it because of all the nonsense that was going on in here.
Yesterday?
I
You were
forgot.
going someplace or was it a phone call?
It was a phone call.
Oh.
But I forgot to make the call because of all the
Oh, I've done that before.
ridiculousness.
I've got a call with someone today at 11. I got to remember that too. A lot of things happening. But I'm excited because we produced a show called Hello, Your Health is Calling with Sue Kostick. And Sue does a phenomenal job. And we had her on the radio, I believe it was last week. And there was True Oldies, and there was a guy listening, and he referred his wife to call Sue. And she had her discovery call, which is pretty cool. It just shows you that people are out there. More than ever with health, women's health. The Today Show did a whole segment on it last week because we present with different, you guys, I'm the only woman in here. We present with different ways of ailments, but yet we don't talk about it. So everyone thinks like they're just going through this and nobody knows. And then there's Sue and her husband, this guy's wife said, I think she can help you.
You know, the funny thing is that you must be the only person in the world that actually believes that nobody knows. You think that just because you acting all cool, calm, and collective, that nobody knows. You know, you put on your shades, or you put on your hat, and you put on your secret coat, your cape, and you think nobody knows. That isn't true. Oh man, you on the top of the most wanted list.
Nobody knows what when you put on the facade game face.
It's this.
John Cena?
Yeah, that's where Cena got that from. But
Game face.
it isn't about the hiding of your emotions. It's how you deal with them. It's how you let whatever is making you emotional, how you deal with that specific point in your life.
I don't even mean emotions. I mean just physical health sometimes.
Physical health.
But that
same
affects
thing.
your emotions too.
I like it when people say, the doctor says to me, "And what are you doing here?" I says, "I was hoping you would tell me. I mean, I came to see you because I don't feel well. What the hell do you think I'm doing here?" But sometimes people, when you least expect it, get on your case, and you can warn them. You can give them a warning shot. Say, "Listen, not today. You know, don't mess with me today." Or they can sense it, and they go in to get under your skin. People live to get under your skin.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I know that all too well. I know, I used to be with this one lady for about 5 years, and she did everything she could to push my buttons.
So why would you stay with her?
Well, I thought she could change.
Huh.
But I may have been naive, but at least that...
Okay. He's one of those. He's like,
He's a
I can
changer?
fix her. I can fix her.
I-
Oh, you're a
honestly-
fixer-upper.
Yeah, but she would, try to provoke me, all this stuff, and I just wouldn't play along, and every time it got bad, I'd just walk away from the argument.
For 5 years?
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
lost?
right.
What road are you on? Have you lost your mind? Well, you must have loved her. You did. And who broke up who?
She did it to me.
Of course.
Mm.
So
You
are you
guys
still?
live together?
Yes.
Are you still friends?
No.
Will you want to call her?
No.
You're upset with her?
To this day, I still, to this day, she's still bad-mouthing me.
Oh, wow.
That's okay. That's
Wow.
Even
that
though,
means she loves you.
no, she got married and has a kid.
Trust you me, she loves you. No woman spends her breath on a person that they're not in love with that don't badmouth them.
She had a lot of issues.
Really? Think back.
Yeah, I can't
You think they still love you?
Can't touch this, baby. Of
You
course.
think they still love you? You still love them?
I didn't say that.
They still love you.
Of course.
And you don't badmouth anyone. You just
For
tell
what?
the factual stories of what they are.
No, I just ignore it and stay moving on. I think I,
mean,
was
I
married.
still have a burn scar from where she burned me with macaroni and cheese.
What? Excuse me.
I still have a scar too.
Burns you with the macaroni and cheese.
Michael, I still have a scar too. But you know, the bottom line here, you move on with life.
I did.
Don't let it change you. Don't let it persuade you into not being in another relationship.
You don't think circumstances change people through life?
Yes.
I used to be like Matthew.
You were never like that.
I was. I used to be calm.
You were always just a little
chill.
watered down. You were never calm and chill. Even when I met you, you weren't calm
So
and
then
chill.
what changed?
I think circumstances.
Nothing changed. She's always been the same. She's acknowledging the fact of this now because she was dormant and she let all that fly. And she thought that by hiding it, she couldn't see it.
There's a mask over there. You want to partake?
No, I don't need a mask. I'm
You
just
think?
saying.
No, I just think circumstances change people.
Now, Nathan is the same person he was today that he was yesterday. But he ain't the same person he was maybe 3 years ago.
Exactly. No one remains the same.
He's not the same person he was when he came in here 3 months ago. That I can tell you. He's evolved.
He's even more scarier.
No,
Look at the
he's
face.
doing amazing. He's doing great. He's doing really,
But
really
it's
good.
what you do with it. You know, it's what you do with your skill set. If you feel that you're at that point where you can get ahead in life without being scary or without being intimidating, if you can do it that way. What's his name? Gruden, the coach from the Raiders, and he was a coach of the Tampa Bay and Washington and stuff. What's he do? The frown, the Gruden frown. He doesn't scream at his players. He goes,
That's the stare.
"What's that?"
When you get upset with people, you just say, do it your way. And that's like the dad thing.
Yeah, my mom has my mom can silence an argument with a raise of an angry eyebrow.
Right?
You know that.
Was it Pierce?
You know what I'm saying?
Totally a thing.
Pierce?
Gruden, Gruden,
Oh.
Coach Gruden.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because you try to give somebody advice that they're about to fall off the edge of the table, and they're arguing with you that you're wrong. Oh, that's not the way it is. They're gonna change. Blah 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 blah. Blah. They get diarrhea of the mouth. So I just say, okay, do it your way. And then when
And
it
that's
comes
like the
back and it
kiss.
haunts you, you come back to me.
Told
First of
you.
all, you had to. No, I would never say I told you so. That is the kiss of death. When you do that, you're a marked person. Nobody will ever come to you again. But you say, okay, so tell me what you learned from it. If you're gonna make a mistake, learn from your mistakes. At least learn
You
something.
still do that with adults,
Sure.
other than your kids? Like, I would still do it with my kids, even though they're adults. I wouldn't do it with another. I wouldn't say to you, what have you learned from
I
it?
did that with Baxton the other day before.
Yeah, but he's a
left.
kid.
He's not a kid.
Would
He's
you
a
say it to me?
25-year-old man. Absolutely.
What have I learned from it?
Well, what did you learn from yesterday? Hmm? Hmm?
Things. There are things.
Yeah, even you told me you learned something.
There are
from it.
things. But I always know those things. It's just like when it happens. I know even Gio said, don't get upset. Don't never get upset.
Oh, that's because they don't know you well. Don't get upset a lot.
The benefits
Never
of
seen
what
her
you
get
get to
upset.
see every day. See that?
Listen, if you don't get upset, then you're not learning.
Upset means I think it's just that you care about what it is. If you didn't care, then you wouldn't get upset. You'd be like, next.
Yeah, but you have to think your emotions. You can't react your emotions because the first thing you react to is going to be not so good.
All right, so let me ask anyone, how have your priorities changed as you've gotten older?
Meaning what exactly? What do you mean by
Your
what?
priorities, what's important?
For me, having a sustainable income, a place of my own, and maybe a relationship, as well as
Those are the most important things in your life.
pretty much. I'm a simple person. I don't need a sports car. I don't need like a mansion. I'm pretty happy with just a cottage in the woods. That's what it takes.
Okay.
No, that's simple.
What about you?
Definitely a mindset. Mindset leads to everything nowadays. If you don't got a good mindset towards anything, you can't go for anything. whether it's
What does the
work.
mindset look like?
Being better, being better you, not talking bad about yourself, knowing what you're good at, what you're not good at, knowing you can't control everything in the world. You're not God, and you never will be God. So don't even try and be God. Just take things one step at a time, knowing what you can do, and work on what you can do for the moment, and just go from there. Like
That's a
things
good
like
point.
just yesterday, there was a situation where someone that I've heard was worried about money. Well, I was like, a family member said, money don't come easy. It's slow. It takes time for you to get money like that. So you can't control that. You can control how you work for it and whatnot. The point I'm trying to say is that better yourself first, and everything
Everything follows.
Fall into place.
Basically, you attract what you create.
Like right now with the relationship, I'm not looking for one right now. Words. Sorry. I would like to be in a relationship, just to experience it, and to, like find someone who I care about. But right now, I'm trying to focus on
Give me
myself. It's catching me.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is,
But you're gonna put you first.
yeah, put myself first. Then everything will fall into place. Don't go looking for a relationship. It will come to you.
That's right. That's exactly right. And you?
I'm just prioritizing school right now and trying to push myself.
And that hair too.
And the hair.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm sorry.
I like that.
I'm sorry. I had to throw one in
And
there.
you?
Different priorities? Yeah.
Yeah, what?
You know
How
what?
about you, Don? How about you, Don?
Did I miss
Have
it?
my priorities changed? I don't know if they've changed. They've just shifted.
Priority
It's
is
still
right.
about-
Can you be a
it's
little
still
more
about-
specific?
I think it's still about the betterment of people. If I can help
You
do
still want
that.
to change people? What are you, an
I
airbender?
can't not change them, the
What do you call
betterment.
that,
If I
bender?
can help the people in this studio, if I can continue to spread our message of whatever it is, women's health or empowerment, and people hear it, that's still what it is. I get aggravated when
have a-
people give me a speed bump that I
But
have
do
to
you
jump
have
over.
a recipe for that? To accomplish that?
one day at a time.
Okay, the recipe is try to find out who you are. See, you can't better anybody if you don't know you. And there's a mirror over there. I'll introduce you.
Thank you.
I think that what you said it best. You got to introduce yourself to who you are. Same thing with you, same thing. Everything will fall into line as long as you know who you are, what you can and can't do. And what you can't do, you make it can. So work on your can'ts and make them can.
Opportunity to learn every day.
That's the one thing I learned about myself. I took myself for granted. I thought that it didn't matter how I felt about anything. So I got married, got divorced. So
See, I know what matters what I think about things. I've learned that the hard way.
I've discovered that what people think about, what they want, the cars, the trains, the planes, and the automobiles, are more important to them than themselves. And I have to deal with that kind of factor.
So
I gotta
walk
deal
in.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
They did?
Well, one of my favorite lines, it came from a movie. There's a line where this guy's having a hard time, and one of his friends goes, "Now you listen to me. You've got the makings of greatness, but you got to take charge and chart your own course and stick to it."
Treasure Island.
Treasure
Treasure
Island.
Planet, so.
But you're not too far off because it is that. But he says you got to take charge of and chart your own course and stick to it no matter what happens.
True that.
I love that movie.
True that.
And people always try to take you off your course.
Right.
No.
That's what I've learned.
No.
Yes.
No.
They try to take you off course for their benefits. True. They may not try to take you off course. They try to impose of themselves to see if it takes you off course.
Yeah.
Ignorance sometimes will do and say very difficult things, but sometimes they don't know any better.
I
You know,
don't give people
sometimes
excuses.
somebody treats you badly, and you end up treating somebody else badly because you're not in a good mood and you're giving what you just got. But that's not who the person is.
Right.
So just, think it out, think it through. Don't be reactive, be proactive. But know yourself. Know that when you get angry, your words are either a hammer, so you say bomb, or they're not, or they're a feather. You gotta know where you stand, because you gotta remember all eyes are on you, especially as your careers go in this direction, and the more we do in here, the more criticisms I get. You should have done it this way. You should have done it that way, until I asked the question, well, what are you doing? Show me what you got. They can't. Oh, well, I'm just giving you my opinion. Well, I didn't ask for your opinion.
There you go. There you go.
There's the hammer, right? Well, I could have said, well, I appreciate you giving me your opinion. It's duly noted. But it's not. So which do I do? Do I do the truth? Or do I give them the hammer?
There she is.
Right on time.
Good morning.
What's good?
What's for lunch?
Did you bake? Get a mic. You can do something.
All right, let's take a commercial break. More to come on the other side of this break.
Forget,
At
it
the
was
10 o'clock
less than
hour.
20 minutes ago.
Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio B. Let us know how you handle priorities, I guess. More to come. We'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft, silk, touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-836-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Diabetes. If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends. Spend more time in range. significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're talking favorite movie quotes that have inspired you. Favorite quotes?
Well, first I want to say, first part, I got a list here, but first of all, what are some of your quotes that you remember from certain movies or like movie shows or whatever?
No one puts baby in the corner.
What movie was that? $1 Million Baby?
No, that's Dirty Dancing.
I heard about it.
With Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
No.
Corleone said he said.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze, sorry.
But I thought I couldn't.
I don't know much, but
He said real revenge is like eating cold something.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Real revenge.
Yeah. I like the Godfather one. It says, just when I thought I was out, they dragged me back in.
favorite movie quote?
They do that in Sopranos.
You don't have one?
I've got one. Well, it's from the Christopher Superman film where Marlon Brando is talking to him. He goes, they can be great people if they wish to be. They only lack the light to show them the way.
True.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So would you rather be the light or would you rather be the people following the light?
I'd rather be the light.
You want to be a leader?
Yes, I've always. I mean, I used to run my old group of college friends for about the last, 15, 20 years.
Where'd you go to college?
Up in Long Island. In fact, that's where most of my friends. As it was a vocational college in Long Island on central Islip.
Islip.
Yeah, but this group kind of
I hang
came
out in
together organically over time, and our group has survived bad relationships, being fired from jobs, deaths in the family, and things like that. And our bond is just as strong as it ever was.
That's nice. Favorite movie quote, Aiden?
Favorite movie quote?
Or one that inspired you?
One do you remember?
He walks in, we throw him right in.
I think this one for just stupid reasons, but like Obi-Wan Kenobi with Count Dooku, not Count Dooku, with General Grievous. He goes, General Kenobi.
You're a bold one.
I love that. It's just like I don't know that quote just sticks with me for some reason. It's just like funny.
Well, one of my favorite jokes in there is where he uses the blaster to kill him. He goes, so uncivilized, and throws the gun away, which is a callback to the original episode 4 when he pulls out the lightsaber. He goes, not as random or as clumsy as a blaster, a more civilized weapon for a more elegant time.
I love Star Wars.
That was good.
It's totally a thing.
What about you?
I told you my quote. No one puts baby in the corner.
No one puts baby.
I thought that was from $1 Million Baby, also the boxing movie.
Dirty Dancing.
It's revenge is a dish that tastes best when served cold.
That you would like that one.
I've heard
I'm not
originally. It's from Godfather.
Godfather.
I'm
Or
not
about
big on
leave the gun,
revenge.
take the cannoli.
I don't do revenge.
Yes, you do.
There are different types of revenge.
You think?
Yes.
Doing better and watching
revenge is
them
not with a
go
R.
down.
There you
That's
go.
revenge.
There you go. The best revenge that you can give out to anybody is improving yourself and
Watching them
talk
go
about
down.
it.
Agreed.
Or
That's
like
the best revenge.
Agreed. Do what
another
you gotta
one
do.
from Batman Begins is it's not who I am, but it's what I do that defines me.
Going off of that same movie
Interesting.
too, one quote that I always try to live by was same Batman Begins. It's when Bruce had fallen to the well.
Oh yeah.
And that got him. He said Bruce,
Why do we
fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up again.
Okay, now that you guys are talking about more quotes, I actually remember my favorite quote. Like this is the quote that I've quoted the most in my life. There's a scene in Fight Club when the main character meets like the girl who they both go to the meetings with or whatever, and she's angry that he's going to the meetings and he's angry that she's going to the meetings. And he asks her, he says like, why do you even go to these meetings if you don't like need to? And she's like, same reason you do. And he's like, which is what? And she says, when people are like in need of help or dying or something like that, they're actually willing to listen to you rather than just like waiting for their turn to talk, which like I thought was like a very profound, because like I started seeing that in like my real life, like all my friends.
Say that again.
When people are dying,
Right.
they actually listen rather than waiting for their turn to talk.
Yeah.
So instead of just being quiet and waiting to talk, they actually like hear what you're
Yeah,
Because
that's
you're
when my
dying,
grandfather was in
you have
hospice. Everyone was
to
like,
talk.
talk to him. He can hear you. Like, literally just talk to him. I was like, talk to him the whole time, crying.
It's funny, Quiet Place, the movie,
She's always
that's
crying.
exactly what happened.
She's always crying.
She's dying of cancer, and she stayed quiet throughout the whole movie, and she listened. First time she's ever done that. Now I got a question: would all of you in here want to be the leader or a follower?
I'd have to be a leader. I'll be
Leader?
I'm tired of being a
Leader?
I'm the leader.
Leader? Leader?
Heck,
You're a follower?
Yeah.
You're probably the only honest one in the room.
I mean,
So as a leader, if you had to do something that you didn't want to do, but you have to do it, as a leader, would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's necessary to make a difficult choice.
Yep.
Heck, I did in
Triage.
high school in
6 years of my life.
What was it in ROTC?
Doing ROTC or the things you did on ROTC?
Well, I was in ROTC.
Right, so that was something you didn't want to do?
I never wanted to be in a program.
So what'd you join?
My mom put me in it. So
How long were you in it for?
I planned to stay for 2 years, but somehow, some way, my mindset changed, and I stayed.
So you enjoyed it?
I stayed 4 years.
Or you liked the challenge?
It was definitely something.
Did you plan on going to like pursue a career in the military or no?
I was thinking about it for a little bit while I was there, but I realized that was not really for me.
4 years. That's good. What'd you learn from that? One of the top things.
How to be a better person, how to stand up for myself.
Patience?
Courage, patience, a lot of patience. Good leadership skills. And my attitude changed. I was timid. I was a bulldog.
So it's good.
Mm-hmm.
They teach you patience in the military because when you're in a hot zone, you have to be able to think your way throughout that zone, and you can't do that reactive. You have to be proactive.
You're pretty patient.
I used to be less patient.
Less or more?
Less, and then when I started coaching, I realized when you're coaching young kids, you have to be very patient. I told you I had a lineman for the Minnesota Viking football team. His son was on my team, and he came over to me, And he's yelling at me, and this guy was gargantuan. This guy was huge. And I said to him, I'm sorry, sir. I hear you screaming, but at the end of the year, if you're not happy with where we are and your son hasn't learned anything, and I took out the money, it was like $600 to join this league, I'll give you the $600. He says, do you want to hold it? Now, this guy's a multimillionaire. He was a Viking football player. So he looked at me, he said, you're that sure of yourself? I said, let's see what happens. At the end of the year, we went to the championship game and lost. And he came up to me and he gave me $600, which I gave it to the team. And he says to me, boy, you were so right. My son has grown. I didn't know you were going to do all these other outside activities from coaching. Because people are people. You know, sometimes to be a leader, you got to look at two sides of every person. It ain't easy. That's why don't be reactive.
No.
If you want to be a leader, I can't say anything because she wasn't their follower.
No, listen. You can be a leader and a follower. Like to him, he's a leader. But to him, to that football player, to you, he's a leader. But to his teammates, he's a follower because he's not the quarterback. He's just like
he thought that he was at the top of the mountain and he knew how football should be played. But his son was only 8, and his son is not him. And you gotta let your son. You see the thing they're doing with LeBron James. I disagree.
Oh, yeah.
Only on the aspect of his son. I heard him
How old
defend
is
his
his son?
father. He's college.
He's
He defended his father about the Lakers drafted him. Now, if he wasn't LeBron's son, do you think the Lakers would have drafted him? Absolutely not.
Is he that good?
He's that bad.
I didn't think he was gonna get drafted yet. I thought it was gonna be next year.
I still think it's a little early for him to be in the league.
And the thing is, if I see him not starting, but if I see him like in, that will bother me. Like
Well,
if I see him
LeBron-
playing a lot, because usually they don't start a lot of freshmen.
They're not gonna start him.
No, he's not starting.
He's not starting.
He better.
He's not
He's
starting.
like if he comes off the bench.
He won't start. He won't start. But I also think like with Bronny, like one of the big things is an opportunity like given, regardless of how it comes, whether it's through nepotism, whether he got drafted because of his dad. Like at the end of the day, whether it was him or it was some other kid, there would have been somebody taken who probably would have been like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe you get like you pick a kid and he ends up being amazing, and you didn't pick Bronny or whatever because of the nepotism. But realistically, like he is as good of a shot to go and make what he can of himself as anybody else. You know what I mean?
The difference is that somebody, let's say you deserving to be taken, and me not deserving, but my dad is LeBron. They took me, but they didn't take you.
But like, imagine from Bronny's perspective, like, is he going to pass up that opportunity?
Absolutely not.
Of course not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
defended the thing. He says, people should give his father a break because you don't know how good I can be. I'm going to show you how good. He just ain't that good. Not now.
No,
but
right now he's definitely
but
not.
neither was Michael Jordan when he started playing
Yeah,
basketball.
Jordan
he was
was
horrible.
terrible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was cut
They
from
cut
his
him.
high school basketball.
Yeah, it was.
I
I mean,
remember that story.
Yeah, for every shot
and
he made,
his
there was
brother
100 he never made.
and his brother made him run home because he was cut. Run home and not get on the bus. That's why LeBron was able to jump. You ever notice he jumps? Everybody else comes down to earth, and he's still up there. Yeah. Michael Jordan was talking. Lakers. What's his name? Magic Johnson was talking about. He says Michael used to have this ability of jumping, stay in the air.
Yeah, he just hangs there.
And you hang. I knew a guy named Divat in the Bronx, who was just like Michael. We played football, and he used
Just
to go
like
this.
Michael Jordan.
He used to go like this, and they used to throw the ball up, and he used to jump up to get it, and everybody tried to jump up there, and he's still there. He still might be there. I had to grab him and bring him down, and they called a penalty on me. But my goodness gracious, it was embarrassing that this kid would stay where that light is.
I have a friend who, my friend Ethan, he's like been super athletic his whole life. He's like 6 foot, like can jump out of the gym kind of thing, like never played like basketball or football or anything. And like throughout middle school and high school, like I've known him my entire life. And I would beg him. I was like, dude, you have to play a sport. He's played lacrosse for a while and he was really, really good, but he gave it up. I was like, dude, you have to play a sport. Like, you have to play a sport. And he never ended up picking up like basketball or football. And he could have been like, I genuinely believe he could have been like a D1 athlete. Like, he is so incredibly talented. For some people, it's just like not worth their time. Like, which I don't understand personally. If I had that athletic gift,
would you do it if you had an athletic gift?
Dude, I would spend. I mean, okay, it's easy to sit here and say like, if I had an athletic gift, I'd devote all my time. But I like to think I would.
I think
everybody has their own gifts.
I think I'm pretty
and
athletic, but I also
we're
think
all
like
born with.
there's like a gap between like being like moderately athletic and being like like you're like naturally gifted.
Well, the only
Yeah,
the only
but the
gap
trade-off is you can put in the hard work
You
and
have to put in
become
the
as
work.
good, if
Yeah.
not better.
Yeah.
When I tell you, my first dream ever was to be a WNBA player. Cause
Was it really?
when I was little, I loved playing basketball. I
Are you
loved to
good?
shoot. I was. When I tell you, like I used to. Well,
I
I
love
haven't
her.
played
She
in a while,
cracks
so I
me
couldn't
up.
tell you. But when I was
back
younger,
in the day, you were good.
when I was younger, I could dribble, shoot easy, and then like everyone, I went to high school, and everyone was just so much taller than me. And then, yeah, and then I was a little freshman, and I didn't play my first year because I was the freshman, and like I just stayed back the whole time. And then I finally played, and I was playing with a bunch of people, and I just got scared, and like I was
I
terrible.
think basketball is one of those like few sports that you learn super early in life whether you could actually have a plausible career in it or not, just because like it's a height thing.
But they
I always had
they
a basketball
mold you
hoop
in the
outside my
NBA. They
house.
put weight
I
on you
always,
to
like,
make it
you
strong.
get like one player a generation who's not like at least 6'2", 6'3".
Well, they're tall.
You get like a Nate Robinson like, who's 5'8", like once in a lifetime.
Everyone at my school was huge.
Or
Everyone
what
that played
about,
against me
what
was
the guy that
bigger,
was
so
from
it's
Charlotte
just like,
Hornets, you know,
oh, that
Charlotte
little dude.
Hornets.
Which one? The short one?
The short one, yeah,
I
the
mean,
short
they were
one.
both kind of short, but the really short. I think.
Oh,
You know,
Pistons Thomas was a
when I
really
was
something else.
when I
Pistons
was
Thomas was
when I
nice.
was in high school, I went from New York City down to Puerto Rico, and I wanted to play football. And coach was I couldn't stand this coach. He was the worst. He had just taken the basketball team to the championship, so they gave him the football team, and they would bring the program back for the first time. They just didn't understand the logistics. of it. So I told the guy, I was must have been 40, 50 yards. I told him to do an out right in front of the coach and catch the ball out of bounds. I had a gun for an arm. I was good. I could pitch, I could throw a football. So I threw the ball on purpose, and I hit the coach right here. And that guy went down. I thought it killed him. But he got up, he said, "Who threw that beep, beep, beep?" I said, "I'm sorry, coach. I did." He says, "I want you on the team."
That's a movie moment right there.
That is a movie moment.
That's a movie moment.
blindside moment, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Michael,
beat him in
you
the
come play
forehead.
football for me.
Like, who threw that?
And he and I
did. You're on
and
the
he
team.
and I was
I want you on the team.
Yeah.
I was a junior.
There
and
was a
my-
show about that.
my
There was a
cousin-
girl.
My cousin was a senior, so they gave him the starting quarterback position.
They gave him because he was your cousin versus
No,
you?
because he was a senior.
Oh.
So you highlight the seniors because they're leaving the program. But Juji was on that team, and Juji was a wide receiver. Me and Juji have been playing football for years. So Juji would give me the sign, would give me the look, and Juji would do a duke and then go. And this thing worked all the time. I never had to play in a game, and Juji got put on third string because he was a little
You
bit.
played basketball?
obnoxious. Football.
Football?
So,
And I-
what's your favorite part of the Bronx?
The part I lived in.
I
And
have
made
a
it out
friend-
alive.
I have a friend. Her name is Jackie Farrell. She's in a program in the Bronx. Hopefully, maybe when we're done this, I can actually send this video or whatever to her so that she gets a shout out or something.
There you go. Shout out to Jackie.
Yeah, exactly.
Pelham Parkway Golf Course.
All right. But in real life, she's really little. She's like 4'8".
Oh, that's little.
How old is she?
That's little.
She's older than me.
What does she do?
Well, she's in a program currently, so I don't really
Okay.
know.
She's a gymnast.
You see how little the gymnasts are?
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
did you
gosh.
see this girl? She twirled.
The power. Which one? Simone?
Simone.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
she's still
love
she's still
Simone.
she's still
She's
she's
amazing.
still
Amazing.
she's still twirling.
Hang on.
My God, she's like the Michael
amazing.
Jordan
She is.
of
Yo, she is the Michael Jordan of gymnastics. She
God.
actually is. Like, she's like, I'm pretty sure she's like, it's not even close between her and whoever's next.
And she didn't go to the last one.
No,
Yeah,
because
she
of-
got
because of
injured
the
or
stress.
something,
She
right?
had mental duress, and then she said, "I'm taking them with me on this to Paris. This is my team." I love that.
Yeah.
And
Can we
everybody
can we
looks-
talk about the
and
can we talk
everybody-
about the Olympics real quick?
And everybody looks up at her.
Because she's like, what, 5
Funny.
feet? And everyone else is shorter than her.
Yo, have you hold on a minute.
Powerhouse.
Have y'all seen that that photo of her and Shaq together?
No, that's-
I love photos with normal people.
That's
Her
fine.
husband's really tall,
Yeah,
too.
just like a
Simone's husband,
show.
isn't
Hold
he?
on.
He's what, a
Hold on,
hockey
I put
player?
the water bottle on.
I
I
think
got
so.
Yeah, with the water bottle.
Oh, here it
like,
is.
in its hand, like-
Here it is.
Is
Does
it like-
anybody remember him being in the movie Steel back in the day?
No, I've never.
Who, Shaq?
Yeah, he
He
did a
was
few
super. He was a superhero.
Yeah, that was actually Steel. Actually has his origins in a DC Comics from the Death and Return of Superman storyline, which featured Doom.
superhero?
Yeah.
I got it.
I used to go to the movies to watch it.
Yeah, so
That's
he's from the 90s Death and Return of Superman, which was the first introduction of Doomsday and Superboy, who was the clone Superman.
Let's see what you got.
Let's see what you got.
But look at this. You need.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Look at that. You need
That's
like
worse
two
than
of
me
her
and
in the stack of the
Shorty.
shot.
Literally two of
Two of her in the stack of the
that
shot.
is
Like,
ridiculous.
seriously, man.
Wow.
What an athlete. Both of them. I tell you, Shaq is such a nice guy.
That's incredible.
Here he actually does a Halloween event thing in October.
Went to Abe and Louie's before I worked
He
there.
went to Walmart.
How tall is he?
7'2".
He's 7'2".
He went to Walmart and he was going in there and his friend had
Do you guys
his
remember
phone.
Kevin Peter Hall?
No.
He was the 7'3"
hold that
actor
thought
who
a
played the
second.
Predator.
Michael, Shaq went to Walmart?
He went to a Walmart here in Florida, and his friend was on his phone because he wanted to get Shaq was going to. He says, "I'm going to do something really extraordinary today." So he goes to he looks for this little boy. I think he must have been Mexican, and he says, "Come with me." And he told his parents were like, he says, "Come with me," and he takes him to the toys. He says, "I want you to grab as much as you want." So the little boy went for a bicycle. So Shaq says, "Okay, you want this bicycle?" He bought him the bicycle. They built it right there. And then he went and he filled out 4 carts of toys. So you know what the little boy does? He doesn't want it for him. He wants it for other kids in the store.
Oh, yo. That's crazy.
So Shaq said, "What?" You know how Shaq is.
Yeah.
So Shaq sat there like a Santa Claus. They got him a chair, and he's with the little boy. They're giving out all these gifts to all the kids in the store.
He's like a real life
In
Santa
Orlando,
Claus.
he did that.
amazing.
He
I
does
love
that
that.
stuff a
Wow.
lot.
He
Bro, you
is
can't beat
gifted,
Shaq,
man.
There's a video of somebody going up to him in like some kind of like Nordstrom style like place. You know how in the mall they have like
Yeah.
a bunch of stores in the one place.
Yeah.
He's like in a place like that, and somebody comes up to him as a joke and is like, "Yo, like Shaq, like, do you want to pay like my tuition?" And he's like just as like a joke, whatever. And he stops and he's like, "How much money do you have left? Like, how many years of school?" And the kid's like saying whatever, and he's like, "All right, like, I'll do this if like you make a deal with me. Like, you're gonna finish school." You'll like whatever, you'll make sure you get whatever degree you're pursuing. And then he like had a couple other conditions, and he was like, "Yeah, how much is it?" And the kid was like, 25 grand. He was like, "Great, here, send it to him."
Ain't no way.
Yeah, a rapper also did that. I think Lil Baby or maybe Lil Uzi Vert. Or something.
Yeah.
It was Louis.
Yeah,
That was Uzi.
they both did that. Like, but Shaq's paid for tuition. He like goes and buys kids gifts all the time. Like he'll go to Best Buy and buy like parents like 4 TVs and like a microwave and a fridge and whatever. Like he's
Yo, Shaq's awesome.
picture of like humanitarian.
If
Like
you didn't have to worry about money, would your life be different?
Yes.
Would you be different?
Yes. Most
Yeah.
definitely yes. Most
You know,
definitely yes.
You know,
How would
this-
it change you, Nathan?
Well, for one thing, you want to, well, in my case, no more student loans, no more bills. I mean, of course, taxes, I'll give it out, but I can finally focus on what I want to do. I can set up my business. I can pursue, I pursue like what I want to do. Have my own custom apparel business. Maybe post stuff on YouTube, like when I have time to do it, and just like use what I have to give to my parents, to my brothers, to my stepsister, my brother's wife. Is how it is?
your brother's wife, sister-in-law.
Oh, sister-in-law. Yeah, there you go. Sister-in-law. And just use whatever I have for myself and for my future children in the near future.
It would change. How about
That's a
you,
good
Matthew?
answer.
What would it change you?
Yes.
How? Yes.
Classic.
I would.
Go to the
Well,
movies?
I can't say I'd be more chillax because I'm already chillax.
You're too chillax.
Yeah, you're good enough.
I guess just less pressure. Like. to
Would
get
you
things
treat yourself
done.
to an ice cream?
I would treat myself to an ice cream, maybe a pina colada.
Nice.
Man, in very, very few words.
You guys?
If I didn't have to, like, are we talking like I have unlimited money or just not worrying?
All right, how about this?
Circumstances.
How about 5 million?
5 million?
That's not unlimited. Then
I'll be broke in a day. I'll be broke.
Because now
I
I
would
gotta
spend that in
figure
one
out.
day. Yeah, I think. No, I think realistically, if I had enough money where I wasn't worried about anything,
Trust you, me.
I would probably like set my mom up in a good spot near me, like,
Facts.
and then I'd probably like pursue my dreams. So like I'd probably produce a movie and put myself as the director and just see how I did, and like put a bunch of money into it.
That's nice.
What would you do?
She's
I would save that money for the rest of my life.
For what?
Life.
Do you know that a hearse?
Vacation trips.
You know what a hearse is?
Future.
You know what a hearse is? Do you know what a hearse
All
is?
I want to do is go to Europe, and
you know
I
what
will
a
never
hearse is?
go if I don't save
Do
my
you know
money.
what a hearse is?
What?
What's a hearse?
I don't know. I'm asking.
It's
where they
funeral
put the
car.
casket when they take it to the burial. There ain't no
Cadillac.
U-Haul in the back of a hearse. You ain't taking that money with you.
So why can't I save it?
For what? What are you gonna save it for? Live your life.
I am. That's why I want to travel to
She's
Europe.
still gonna spend it eventually.
Well, you can always talk to my
Eventually?
parents and my relatives in Italy.
Save it for now. Hold it down
Please.
for like 10 years and then.
If I had money, I would say one question: who wants to leave and who wants to stay?
Bye.
Okay, so you'll stay. All right,
No,
so you run the
bye,
studio.
I'm leaving.
All right, leave. You have to have a good time. You can't be afraid to
I
spend
did.
your
I
money.
had a good time here my first 2 years, and now
get busy dying.
bye.
How about you, Michael? How would it
That's right.
change?
Well, I would buy a house, invite all my friends to live with it, so that they could pay for the mortgage.
I
And
ain't
then
giving
maybe.
nobody
Still thinking about the money. Even though he has unlimited money.
No, you would trust me. My family came from dirt poor background, so we're always money conscious.
I would buy a condominium of apartment buildings.
Like my mom gave me $1,000 to buy a couch and a table. I managed to get both for about $600.
So you save the difference.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I would buy an apartment building and put them in to live there, and just worry about school. But there'll be a regulation. You got to keep it neat, which I think some of you guys in here just are gonna have a hard time with just that one. And then you have to play it forward. You got to pay it forward. You
That's
got to do
good.
something for somebody else.
It's like one of those Starbucks drive-throughs. Like, I'll pay for the guy behind me. That's enough.
Oh, I did
That's
that one
that's
time.
a start.
That's a start.
That's a
30
start.
I'm never
bucks?
doing
I did
that.
that one time.
Who's ordering
I'm never doing
$30 worth of
It's
stuff?
not even
So
that
you-
hard to
did
do
you
at
hear-
Starbucks.
I was like feeling so nice.
Did you hear the
Nice.
story? Me and Linda
Coffee
saw
and
this couple,
pastry.
Yeah.
and they were eating,
Big
and they
pop.
were counting the dollars and like spare change, and the bill was $48. So she paid for it. She told them, because we know the people there. She says, "Listen, we'll take care of it. Don't worry." So the lady's like, "We don't have to pay," and her meal was more money than our meal. I was like, that didn't work
That's
out
why
well.
I never pay for anybody else.
Yeah, that's why
You never know, right?
But that's
Oh, you
okay.
ask him, you send the waiter over
Every
first.
time I'm
How
nice
much
to
does your bill
someone-
like, look like?
Every
Yeah.
time I'm nice to someone, I get bad luck every single time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just in your head. There's
No,
no way
every
that's
single
true.
time.
What are you talking about?
Every time you're nice to somebody, something bad
You
happens.
got your car fixed. You got your cars.
Cars, 3
sold,
cars in a month.
You got your car back.
And
You
I
got a
have no
nice
mon-
car.
and now I have no money, and the restaurant's closed half the week.
So you have to do a side hustle. But God brought you
This
to
is my
this
side
point.
hustle. I don't get paid. This is my side hustle. I'm here.
God brought you to this point. You were here before. You were in school before. Don't use this as an excuse.
I was actually making money when I was at
Okay, so then
Ames.
we find another job. What's the problem? You found
No
one.
one's
you
hiring right now.
Okay, so you know what? You're in trouble.
I am.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
She told me that.
Correct. I'm what,
She told me
correct.
that
I'm
was
one. I'm
before she got
100%.
there. And you, why don't you tell them how you got the job? I sent you to a place. You went to the wrong place and got hired.
Yeah.
So why don't you go to the place I sent you?
Oh, that place scared me, honestly.
Well,
No, I just saw an argument with one of the workers and the owner immediately. I was
It
like,
was
nope.
a new owner, and he was
That's a
getting rid
bad
of the
sign.
workers.
I was like,
no,
immediately,
it was a
nope.
new owner. He was a nice guy.
And that is bad. I
he
don't want a
knew you
place
were
that
coming.
continuously gets new owners.
You probably would have
a
been.
place who has new owners so you can get in the new stuff.
You probably would have been the manager.
We're ready to wrap this up.
Yeah.
More to come. Reinvented Live Show coming to you today at 11 o'clock. Check it out with Cameron Chanel David. See what we've got cooking on the midday show.
What is
See
that
what
cooking?
comes in. We've got an attorney coming in. We're talking about what he does as a defense attorney and some other cool guests. So we'll see what we've got.
And we had carrots yesterday as hot dogs.
That was
People were asking
That's
me.
literally the
You know what the thing is with
That's
those
literally
is
truth.
I can't get it out of my head that it's a carrot. That's the big problem with that stuff. Is like in my brain is just like tricking me just enough for it to not be good.
But people saw you holding a camera, and they put it on TikTok. And everybody was texting me saying, "Is this real?" And says, "You got to taste it." So you know what they tell me? The carbs. Oh, too many carbs. I said, what are you talking about? When I eat a hot dog, I eat the same carbs.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing is, and then they said there's no protein. You know, a carrot has 5 grams of protein.
Does it?
Yeah.
This is what people
A hot
tell
dog
you.
has 15.
You need a new circle of friends. That's all I can say. If they're picking on the amount of protein and carbs in a carrot versus what's in a regular hot dog, you need a new circle of friends. Wow. Wow. That's a whole other level of complexities. All right. More to come. Have a great morning. We'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.